kids, let's get cracking, Mr. P said as he passed out the geometry books. How about we do something strange and start on page 1? I grabbed my book and opened it up. I wanted to smell it. Heck, I wanted to kiss it. Yes, kiss it. That's right, I am a book kisser. And maybe that's kind of perverted, or maybe it's just romantic and highly intelligent. But my lips and eyes stopped short when I saw this written on the inside front cover. This book belongs to Angie's Adams. Okay, so now you're probably asking yourself, who is Angie's Adams? Let me tell you, Angie's Adams is my mother. My mother. And Adams is her maiden name. So that means my mother was born in Adams, and she was still in Adams when she wrote her name in that book. And she was 30 when she gave birth to me. Yep, so that means I was staring at a geometry book that was at least 30 years older than I was. I couldn't believe it. How horrible is that? My school and my tribe are so poor and sad that we have to study from the same dang books our mothers studied from. That is absolutely the saddest thing in the world. And let me tell you, that old, decrepit geometry book hit my heart with the force of a nuclear bomb. My hopes and dreams floated up in a mushroom cloud. What do you do when the world has declared nuclear war on you? Smash!
Of course I was suspended from school after I smashed Mr. P in the face, even though it was a complete accident. Okay, so it wasn't exactly an accident. After all, I wanted to hit something when I threw that ancient book. But I didn't want to hit somebody, and I certainly didn't plan on breaking the nose of a mafioso math teacher. That's the first time I've ever hit anything you aimed at, my big sister said. We are so disappointed, my mother said. We are so disappointed in you, my father said. My grandmother just sat in her rocking chair and cried and cried. I was ashamed. I had never really been in trouble before. A week into my suspension, I was sitting on our front porch, thinking about stuff, contemplating, when Mr. P walked up our driveway. He had a big bandage on his face. I'm sorry about your face, I said. I'm sorry I suspended you. I hope you know it wasn't my idea. After I smashed him in the face, I figured Mr. P wanted to hire a hitman. Well, maybe that's taking it too far. Mr. P didn't want me dead, but I don't think he would have minded if I had been the only survivor if a plane crashed into the Pacific Ocean. At the very least, I thought he was going to send me to jail. Can I sit down with you, Mr. P asked. You bet, I said. I was nervous. Why would he be friendly? Was he planning a sneak attack on me? Maybe he was going to smash me in the nose with a calculus book. But the old guy just sat in peaceful silence for a long time. I didn't know what to do or say, so I just sat quietly as he did. The silence got so big and real that it felt almost like 3 people were sat on the porch. Do you know why you hit me with that book? Mr. P finally asked. It was a trick question, I knew. I needed an answer correctly or he'd be mad. I hit you because I'm stupid. You're not stupid. Wrong answer. Shoot. I tried again. I didn't mean to hit you, I said. I was aiming for the wall. Were you really aiming for the wall? Dang it. He was interrogating me. I was starting to get upset. No, I said. I wasn't aiming for anything, really. Well, I was planning on hitting something, like a wall or a desk with a chalkboard. Something dead. Not something alive. Alive like me? Or like a plant. Mr. P had 3 plants in his classroom. He talked to those green things more often than he talked to us. You do know that hitting a plant and hitting me are 2 different things, right? He asked. Yeah, I know. He smiled mysteriously. Adults are so good at smiling mysteriously. Did they go to college for that? I was getting more and more freaked out. What did he want?
You know, Mr. P, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but you're freaking me out here. I mean, why are you here exactly? Well, I want you to know that hitting me with that book was probably the worst thing you've ever done. It doesn't matter what you intended to do. What happens is what you really did. And you broke an old man's nose. That's almost unforgivable. He was going to punish me now. He couldn't beat me up with his old man fists, but he could hurt me with his old man words. But I do forgive you, he said. No matter how much I don't want to, I have to forgive you. It's the only thing that keeps me from smacking you with an ugly stick. When I first started teaching here, that's what we did to the rowdy ones, We beat them. That's how we were taught to teach you. We were supposed to kill the Indian and save the child. You killed Indians? No, it's just the saying. I didn't literally kill Indians. We were supposed to make you give up being Indian. Your songs and stories and language and dancing. Everything. We weren't trying to kill Indian people. We were trying to kill Indian culture. Man, at that second I hated Mr. P hard. I wished I had a whole dang set of encyclopedias to throw at him. I can't apologize to everybody I hurt, Mr. P said, but I can apologize to you. It was so backward. I'd broken his nose, but he was trying to apologize to me. I heard a lot of Indian kids when I was a young teacher, he said. I might have broken a few bones. All of a sudden, I realized he was confessing to me. It was a different time, Mr. P said. A bad time. Very bad. It was wrong. But I was young and stupid and full of ideas. Just like you. Mr. P smiled. He smiled at me. There was a piece of lettuce stuck between his front teeth.